Hello and welcome to Second Place Chasers with me, Keith.
And me, Jack.
And welcome to Carry On Football when Villa spanked Young Boys.
That's not appropriate, Keith.
When did you become the police?
I've succumbed to adult woke nonsense.
You've done what?
Succumbed to...
Good evening, Jack.
Good evening, Keith.
We've had the return of the Champions League this morning
Yes.
and EFL Cup.
Always
Or
make...
Carabao Cup, as it's been called for years, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it switches between some seasons. Like
No,
usually...
it's been Carabao Cup for a long
Oh, I
time.
know. Last season, they were promoting it more as EFL than Carabao.
I think it has been. Well,
Yeah.
we don't. Do we get Carabao here?
I've never seen it.
Probably tastes the same as all those other energy drinks that you are addicted to.
I've never drunk one in my life.
When's Sully Cider going to sponsor it?
We could do the Braidwood Cup.
Well, you're sponsoring the podcast.
Yeah.
You could sponsor the one of the leagues.
Well, like the fantasy leagues.
Yeah.
You're just having you get a bottle out of it. Not going to be from Head Dead though, is it?
I think it will be.
No, I don't.
I think
so.
it'll be both.
No, you'd have to get past me on Head Dead.
I'm already past you another one, but I'm jumping ahead there, aren't I?
Yeah.
Did you watch many of the Champions League or EFL highlights?
No, none.
None.
I've been catching up on the weekend games, so
You didn't even. Well, you looked at the scores.
I looked
obviously,
at the scores. Yeah, I saw that Bayern beat Zagreb 9-2.
Yeah, it was 3-2 at a time.
Yeah, that's when it was. I think it was 3-1 when I looked at it first.
Yeah.
And then I fell back to sleep, and then I woke up again and saw 9-2 and thought, am I actually awake? I was. Yeah. Harry Kane had scored a hat trick of penalties.
He had. Yeah.
Plus one proper goal.
Well, he has 8 goals in 4 games so far this season.
He's almost Haaland.
Victor Gyökeres scored for Sporting.
Yeah.
He's got 12 in 8 so far this season.
That's pretty good.
He played for Coventry last season in the Championship.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. Yeah. No.
And he was too good then for the Championship.
Yeah.
You could tell. Villa had a nice win. Spanked the Young Boys this morning.
Spanked the young boys at Wankdorf.
That is everyone's favourite Carry On. If they revive the Carry On movie franchise,
Yeah.
Carry On Football,
That's what I've been thinking.
there would be a scene at least, or maybe the climax of the
The climax.
film would be at Wankdorf Stadium.
Of course it would. I've been coming up with this in my head for like ages since I started watching Carry On films.
Well,
Carry On Football.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you a project then.
You want me to write the script?
Write a script. Oh well, at least give me.
A synopsis?
I don't mean right now.
Yeah.
But in maybe later on in the season, you can come back with a Carry On Football. I'm sure there will be. Wankdorf Stadium will be mentioned, but you'll have players,
Yeah.
certain players' names that might lend themselves to some sort of innuendo.
Do I need to come up with a cast to fit these players, or?
Well, you can if you want. That's above and beyond. I was just going to players. They can be real players or they can be made up players.
They'd have to be made up players.
Liverpool had a good win at Milan.
Yeah, that was a surprise actually. I thought after their 1-0 thrashing by Forest, I thought they might retreat, but
Yeah, but AC Milan at home are not going to sit back like...
nah.
Yeah,
No.
It's not going to be a low block. And Szoboszlai took my advice to heart and was very calm in front of goal. Just steered it in nicely.
Did you write to him, or
No, he listens to this, I'm pretty sure.
does he?
Well, I think he's the one.
The one listener.
Pretty sure it's him. Almost guaranteed to be him. Because, yeah.
Well, I can't prove that it isn't, so
Well, we have, there's no evidence that it isn't.
no.
Yeah. So that's
There's no evidence that it is either.
Aye. No. You don't need to say that. You just need to say there's no evidence that it isn't. He hasn't denied it.
Well, you can cut whatever I say.
I usually do. You don't listen to it, do
no,
you? It's
no,
just me.
it's just you,
It's just a
yeah.
monologue. We get a couple more. There's more Champions League games tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and more League Cup.
Yes.
Leicester play tomorrow.
Do they? Who do they get beaten by? Oh, sorry. Who do they play?
Someone from the lower leagues, and I can't remember who.
Oh, okay, so you're thinking it should be a win for Leicester.
Well, it should be. Doesn't mean it will be.
Will they play Edouard?
Yeah, probably. I'd
Will
say.
they get a
I
goal?
think Vardy probably won't travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edward get a debut goal. Maybe Buonanotte probably start. It's about all I can think of at the moment.
That's all right. Well,
I'm focused on the weekend.
we'll have a look. We'll look at our. I'm trying to delay it on your behalf.
Yeah.
Our teams from the weekend. How did they go?
What was the average? 51, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was I just around average or just under it? I might have been bang on average, actually. I was 51.
Right, okay. What was that, a few years ago?
It was 3 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was 34 points.
Your team must need a bit of a shake-up then. Maybe you should play a wild
was
card.
on a wild card.
Oh, you played a wild card
Yeah,
to
I
get
played
34.
a wild card. 34. Listen to your advice on Alexander Arnold.
Yeah.
So I ended up with him and Robertson and managed to get a grand total of 2 points from the pair of them. I got 1 from Henderson. I got 2 from Robinson off my bench because Joe Pedro is injured.
Yes.
Dinya got an assist, so at least he got me 4 points. Matoma, 3 points because he just couldn't put a goal in. Like, Muric was very, very good. Muric got 11 points and happens to be sat on my bench, which is painful.
He wasn't the highest scoring keeper of the weekend.
No, was it Sanchez?
Yeah.
15. No, Nana would have done all right as well.
Oh, Nana, I think, had 13, maybe.
It's pretty. You don't often get 3 keepers on double digits in one weekend.
No. Well, 2 of those had penalty saves as well.
Yeah. Eze, 2 points because Mateta decided to take a penalty this week, not him. Rogers still can't return points.
It still looks good, though.
Still looks good, yeah.
Plays 90
But
minutes.
so
looks
does
good.
Duran, so is Rogers getting dropped for Duran?
No. Duran came on this morning, didn't score.
Well,
He came on for Watkins this morning after 60 minutes. Watkins got an assist. Duran didn't score, which I think means that he has peaked with that goal he scored and he'll never score again.
okay. That's your official sort of take on the...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Back on with the shit show of my team. Semenyo.
Keep going. Ooh,
Semenyo,
Semenyo.
1 point.
He's a good player.
He looked good.
Yeah.
1 point. Haaland, the only player in my team that scored above 4.
Well, you would have had him as captain, wouldn't you?
I would have. Yeah, I would have if I hadn't.
Wild card and brought in
the-
Salah.
No, I already had Salah.
Oh, that's right. You did. You had double.
I just thought, if Nottingham Forest, just why not? Triple up on the Liverpool. I guess Salah as captain. Brentford aren't too bad defensively. Well, they were. They only let 2 in. Just Haaland scored them and Salah got nothing.
Haaland could have had 4
Yeah,
in that game.
could have. Thankfully, he didn't. And of course, my other highest scoring players, a 6 with Van Hecke and an 11 with Merck, are on the bench.
Well, I also had points on the bench.
Oh, yeah, you had
Also
a
had-
good set of points on the bench.
I had Smith Rowe.
I sold him.
He
I'm
got
a debtor.
7. But even better than that, I had Gabriel on the bench.
Is that 15?
15.
Lovely.
Yeah.
That's nice points.
So
on
I
the
almost
bench.
had as much on the bench as you had in your team.
Yeah. You had about half.
Which sounds like it's funny, like taking the piss out of you, but it's actually quite annoying for me.
What, that you left the points on the bench,
Yeah.
or that I did really poorly?
No. Well, you can claim the doing poorly on your own
Yeah.
for leaving those points on the bench, and you go like it's because I predicted Arsenal to let in goals,
Yeah.
and all the other defenders I had not to let in goals, so that's why I did that.
Well, yeah, Gavardio, and he didn't even start.
No, he didn't start. Yeah, I got 51. My points mainly came from Haaland's captain and Watkins.
It's one of those weeks, isn't it?
That's it. Watkins doing what Watkins does.
Well, what he used to do. He hadn't done it for
Yeah,
the last 3 weeks.
But you knew it was coming. Like,
Oh, yeah.
really, you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You can look at it now and go, of course he is. And they still have a good run of games, so
I'll
quite
remember
happy that
not to
I've
get
got-
him in. I'll remember not to get him in.
I'm quite happy to have him in the team. Isak came off at half time with an eye injury. I don't know what that. It might be just be a bit of dirt in his eye that they couldn't get out.
Yeah, Hal said he didn't really know what it was. So
Yeah.
I
What,
guess
an eye?
Yeah, yeah, he'd never seen one before. Well, Isak has quite big ones, so there's quite a.
There's a lot of.
I meant eyes. I wasn't talking about anything else. I said quite big ones.
Ooh, is this part of the carry on football plot?
Yeah, it's going in the script. Yeah, so there's a wide area you could.
Is Rogers in the in the team?
Of course. Yeah, I'm looking for other names now in the teams that no.
You can spend the rest of the week doing that.
The rest of it, yeah, okay. That's what I devote all my time to. Is
Yes.
yeah. All right, good. That's a very useful thing to do on my time. Probably more useful than whatever else I do on my time anyway.
Buying Leicester shirts
I only bought 2. That didn't take that much time.
with mugs.
Those mugs were £4 each.
Pounds,
Pounds, yeah. Well, I had to get them from Britain.
like $8
$8. The shirts were £25
each.
each, yeah. But considering this season's shirt is 70 quid on its own,
Yeah.
and these are comfortable to play football in, so £25, about $50. They last a long time.
You've got more Leicester shirts than Lockie does Chelsea shirts.
I don't know. I reckon he's got a few Chelsea shirts. He's got the brown one,
Oh, that's right. He had the beige one.
the beige one. Yeah,
He also has a dressing gown as well.
yeah, that's true.
Have you got a Leicester dressing gown?
I don't, but I
do
do
they
have.
do they make Leicester dressing gowns?
They probably do. I might have to get one. I have got 3 mugs though, so it's quite a lot of mugs. Gary smashed my last one, so took the handle off it, had to glue it back on. Now it's just sort of like a thing that holds. It's a mug that holds things.
It's just a vessel.
Yeah, pretty much, but not for drinking.
Well, you can still drink out of it.
I can, the handle's there, but you always think, will the glue hold? Am I going to scold myself?
Just
with
wrap
tea?
your hand around it, like on a cold winter morning.
Ah.
Have a hot cup of vodka and Skittles. That's all. That's the official Leicester drink. You can heat it up if you want.
Do you like?
time?
Do you melt the Skittles into it and
If you
do you mix
Skittles,
it?
if you put the Skittles into it, they will disintegrate after a couple of days.
Yeah, but you could heat it on the stove.
Yeah.
Like mulled vodka.
Mulled vodka,
Put the Skittles in.
Vardy style.
Yeah, and just melt them on the stove.
That's probably a bit too fancy for Jimmy Vardy. Mulled vodka, to be honest. Yeah, okay. Sorry, Jimmy Vardy.
Yeah, because he listens too.
Now there's only one listener.
It's just
and
Soboslai.
that's Dominic.
Yeah.
Unless he tells Jimmy Vardy about it and says, "Oh, these 2 guys, they
know what they're talking
I don't know
about.
what it sounds like, but he's got lovely hair and he doesn't like people touching his hair.
Okay.
We've seen that in a game.
Yeah, like Jack Grealish.
Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't like people touching his hair.
no, he doesn't. Anyway, we'll get on to predictions.
Predictions, yeah.
So you had a pretty shit week as far as your fantasy league score goes,
That was pretty terrible, yeah.
and you were really down. And it turns out you had quite a decent week
On predictions.
on predictions in the head-to-head
Yeah.
and in the fantasy challenge.
Yes.
So it's really only the important one you were shit at.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, thanks.
I was just trying to bring you down.
But
for
to be honest,
predictions.
though, that team up on the screen now, my team, my wildcard team, is not bad.
Well, it looks quite similar to mine, apart from being totally different.
Yeah, apart from that. No, but seriously, that's not a bad team.
You got Rogers as a Minte in midfield. I do.
No,
too.
I got Matoma.
Oh, Matoma. Sorry.
I went the higher priced. Semenyo and Salah, Haaland up front. Obviously, I got Robertson, Alexander-Arnold, Digne, and Robinson. It's pretty strong. It's just one of those weeks where everything goes wrong.
Or the big players just don't. I mean, Alexander Arnold is going to return big.
He's only there for this week, then he's off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So basically,
He's off this week or off another week?
He's on this week. I'm playing him this week.
Oh, for this week? Yeah, this week.
Yeah,
coming.
I had over 3 million left in the bank, and it's all there to transform players into Arsenal players after the City game. I thought they got Spurs and they got City. I didn't want to invest into them for those 2 games. So by game week 6, I'm going to have 4 free transfers, where Alexander-Arnold comes out and Matoma come out because Brighton's fixtures change. And then Saka and maybe Gabriel come in. Maybe Timber. I don't really like Timber. He's got too small ears.
He looks good, though.
Yeah, but he's got small ears, and I just don't really think small-eared players should be in my team.
What do you look at players' profile pictures before you bring him in?
Basically, I've got sort of
the size of the ear.
Yeah, I sort of put the ruler up against the screen. Go, yeah, that's like that. So I sort of work it out to the head and do all the mathematics and come up with how big their head should be and how big their ears are. And if I don't like the look of the ears,
that's an awful lot of effort. You should maybe just spend more time picking better players to get more points.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah. I don't even bother about ear size, to be honest.
Yeah. No, look, I might go Timber because he's cheaper, but I wouldn't.
But he might lose his place to Calafiori.
He's still out though.
Season. Yeah.
The only I didn't like the way he was playing on Sunday. Timber. He started that fight with Vicario started the fight, but he was kind of in there. He could have got sent off. He just seems to have a bit of a temper.
I liked it. I liked him.
Yeah.
I like the way he plays. I think he's a good player.
You should get him.
I won't get him because I've got Gabriel.
Yeah, you got two more Arsenal slots there.
Yeah, but I'm not bringing in another defender to leave on the bench.
Not even against Leicester in game week 6.
That's very tempting.
Remember that'll be a cider night.
Yeah.
And remember what happens with Watkins when you brought him in on a cider night?
Well, he's already in my team.
Yeah, you got to find someone to bring in.
No, I don't need to bring him in. Watkins will do the same again.
Yeah, maybe. I don't even know who they've got that week.
Doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. Predictions.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
We got absolutely distracted with something. Size of players' ears or whatever.
We got there somehow.
Okay, let me look at the ledger. The ledger says you're 6 points ahead now.
Yeah, no, it's great.
You're on 36.
Yeah.
I'm on 30.
Oh, yeah, I think people
still agreeing?
People could work that out. If I was on 36 and I was 6 points ahead, then you'd be on 30.
But I mean, we're still... Our maths is still... Good.
Yeah, my maths works.
Yeah, still...
Works out. I got 12 points, you got 9.
That is correct.
3 correct for me.
Yes, 2 correct for me.
Yeah, because everyone went against Leicester and I gave them a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, they got lucky.
You didn't even get a point out. They got lucky. They're 2-0 up. They got unlucky.
It'll be interesting to see what happens this week with the teams that like to go 2-0 up before conceding goals, playing one another. But we'll start with West Ham at home to Chelsea.
Chelsea look more solid than they did last year.
Less Chelsea-ish.
I don't know. What is Chelsea-ish? Because it's been a topsy-turvy last 5 years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Vega played instead of Enzo on the weekend.
Yeah,
and they won.
Yeah.
You know.
I think Enzo's back now, though, isn't he?
Okay, so I should probably make this a loss then.
That doesn't mean he's going to play.
No, because Vega looked much more solid. Sancho looked good when he came on. And Kunku did well to score that goal.
His strength was good there.
Yeah. West Ham been disappointing. A
little bit, yeah.
So, of course, I'm going to 2-2 draw.
A 2-2 draw.
If it was at the Bridge, Chelsea win, but I'm giving West Ham a bit of homeness.
Yeah, I've gone a 2-1 away win. 2-1 for Chelsea.
That's what I would have gone if...
I don't like doing it, but...
No, it doesn't feel right, does it?
No, it doesn't feel right, but they do have the players to do it. And West Ham haven't had the greatest of starts.
No.
Although, of course, Bowen is always good.
Yeah. Fulkrug's injured now, though. Not that matters. Danny Ings came on and scored on the weekend.
From a Bowen cutback. Yeah. Aston Villa, who spanked the young boys this morning. We're going to say that every chance we get, aren't we?
Yeah, pretty much.
At home to Wolves.
Wolves are disappointing.
Didn't I have Wolves getting relegated at the start of the season?
I did last season.
Yeah. They're probably going to come good and not get relegated. But they haven't started very well, have they?
They've dropped a lot of personnel, you know. I don't think this is the week they come good.
I don't think so either.
No, I've gone 3-1 to Villa.
I've also gone 3-1 to Villa. We're doing this again.
It looks that way.
Fulham, who got beaten in a high-scoring penalty shootout this morning.
16-15.
Yeah, Preston North End were the winners there. They're at home to Newcastle.
Newcastle, they're just scraping through.
Yeah.
But they were very late goals against Wolves on the weekend. Barnes should probably be starting.
That was a lovely goal.
It was such a good goal.
That was a lovely goal.
It was. If Duran hadn't scored that incredible goal, Barnes would be goal of the week.
It was like Hudson-Odoi, but Hudson-Odoi was down in the bottom corner, and this was top corner. Kissed the post at 2 on the way in, I believe.
It was a very nice goal. I've gone 2-1 away win.
2-1
because Fulham.
Newcastle.
Fulham just aren't quite there either yet.
Because you get 3 points off a 2-1 away win for Newcastle last week.
That's also true. You got 3 points off of that as well.
I did, but I'm going with a 3-1 away win.
3-1. Even if Isak's got dirt in his eye.
He won't have mud in his eye.
Get some drops.
Yeah, we'll get it washed out. Leicester.
Here we go.
At home to Everton. Which one of them doesn't want to go 2-0 up? Neither of them wants to go 2-0 up, so, okay.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if Everton made it a hat-trick of 2-0 up and 3-2 defeats?
Are you predicting?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
This is a must-win for Leicester, in my opinion.
Well, they've got 2 points already. Two draws.
Well, I want 5 points. No, I think they have to win because Everton are a direct relegation rival.
I think Everton need to win more than Leicester.
Oh, they do, but Leicester at home, so they really need this win. 2-1, home win.
A 2-1, the classic 2-1 home win. Will they let Everton score first?
No, I think it'll be a late consolation for Everton.
Oh, so you're predicting that
bit of jeopardy.
Leicester go 2-0 up.
Yeah.
And then Everton score, and then Leicester just panic for the rest of the time.
I think Vardy probably scores a goal and then goes to the Everton fans like, you're staying down, you're going down, something like that.
The last bit is possible.
If Mavadidi starts, we win.
I'm going, they're both scared to score, 1-1 draw.
Oh, well. Your Leicester prediction did you well last week, so...
There's no need to come at me like that, just because I predict that Leicester aren't going to win. They're going to get a point.
A point. We don't want a point. We've got a point. We've got 2 of them. We want 3 of them to make 5 of them.
I think Everton are really missing Branthwaite at the back.
Yeah, they're missing a back row in general, to be honest. Mikolenko went off injured.
Yeah,
and Garner's playing at left back.
They've got good players up front. Like McNeil looks good. McNeil actually does look good.
Yeah,
he got 13 points. I do like Irabunum.
Yeah. Oh, you can say his name now.
Yeah. Had to think about it there.
Calvert-Lewin's looking all right.
Yep.
Till his next injury.
Well, he could have, he hit the post last time, or hit the crossbar, didn't he? When he was through, and then he had one where he just waited a bit too long, and the defender came back. I don't think he even saw the defender there coming inside him. Anyway, that's that. Liverpool looking to bounce back from defeat to Forest, the tricky trees.
Well, the last time Forest won at Anfield, man was 4 months away from walking on the moon. If that puts it in perspective. You weren't even born.
That's right.
There's that.
Okay. Liverpool at home to Bournemouth.
Okay, Bournemouth they've looked more impressive than Forest, even though Forest have got the results. I think Bournemouth will put 1 past Liverpool, but I think Liverpool will put 3 past Bournemouth.
Do you indeed?
And I'm guessing you think the same.
Oh, I think the same.
Yeah.
Salah's getting none of them.
Isn't he?
No, Szoboszlai.
He might be my captain again.
You do that?
Yeah.
Well, he probably will be because City are playing Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly.
I would do that if I had Salah
that's what
or
I'm doing.
Salah and Haaland. Southampton at home to Ipswich.
The score on the weekend against Man United does not reflect how well Southampton played, attacking-wise. They weren't so good defensively again. I wrote this down as an Ips.
Yeah, because they missed a penalty there, and then the game swung.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah, but before that, they were in complete control of the game. Yeah. I wrote it down Ipswich 2-1. Then I watched the Brighton Ipswich mini match and decided to give the home team the victory and switched it around to 2-1 to Southampton.
Well, that's like quite a swing you've gone there.
Yeah.
Not even just a draw, but a home win.
Yep.
I have taken your original thought and kept it. I gone 2-1 away win.
2-1 to the Tractor Boys.
To the Tractor Boys.
I wonder how...
Smodic and Delap.
The Irish players.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder how long the cameraman will spend on Ed Sheeran's face this week.
Hopefully not long.
Because I swear every week they spend more time on Ed Sheeran than the actual game.
He might be famous and good at writing songs, but he's not a looker, is he?
Not really, no.
Not that I am.
He's ginger too.
Not that I am really, but Spurs, who always win, and always wins something in his second season.
Yeah. At the moment, they're winning the worst of the big 6.
They're at home to Brentford, who will be without Wissa for at least 2 months.
Yeah. That was a terrible tackle Kovacic did. I guess Carvalho starts now. Schade up through the middle. Carvalho on the wing.
He scored this morning, didn't he?
Carvalho, yeah. I give it home win. Classic 2-1.
I have also given it the classic 2-1 home win.
Because Spurs should be scoring more than they are, but they're not. So 2-1 seems fair.
Palace at home to Manchester United.
Well, I still think Man United is shit, even though they put 3 past Southampton
And
7 past Barnsley.
Past Barnsley this morning.
Even Anthony got one.
Yeah, it was a penalty.
It was a consolation penalty.
Rashford 2 goals, 2 assists.
Yeah.
Garnacho 2 goals, 2 assists.
And they both scored on the weekend, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they can score some goals here, but Palace still get the 3 points. 3-2 to Palace.
You're kidding me, aren't you?
Nope.
I also have 3-2 to Palace.
There you go.
I'm not sure whose mind is bending to the other one's will.
Do you think maybe it's that stuff we put in the cider?
Oh, it could be.
The hallucinogens?
So you tell me you're not actually a frog?
I don't know. Are you a weasel?
Yes, I have been called that. And worse.
Oh, that was the polite one.
Brighton at home to the Tricky Trees, Forest.
I'm not really sure what to make of this because Brighton scored nothing against Ipswich. They should have, but they didn't. But I think Forest could be high off that win. Like, you know, sometimes when
They're
that...
high in the league. They're 7th, are they? 7th?
Yeah, they're up
sitting
there.
up there, yeah.
Yeah, they got 8 points, 2 draws, 2 wins. Every time Chris Wood scores, they draw. Every time he doesn't, they win. It's gone Wood goal, draw, goal, win.
So should they be telling them not to score?
Yeah, probably. But if this week, if he could, that would be good because he'll be in my team starting. He's on the bench.
All right.
I'm still going a high win for Brighton. I go 3-1. I think Forest might capitulate on celebrations.
Oh, really? You don't think Hudson-Odoi is going to cut inside and the goalie scores every time?
Well, if Wood sets him up, I don't mind if that's the one.
I have gone 2-1 home win.
The side of hallucinogens are worn off.
Here we go.
The big one.
The big one, once again involving Arsenal. Manchester City at home to Arsenal. Does Haaland score against Arsenal defence?
Yes, 1. He scores 1. Someone else probably score 1 for City as well. But Haaland gets 1. That's my feeling. Or he gets none. It's one of those two.
What sort of prediction is this?
I don't know. I'm making it up as I go along. I've gone 2-1 home win.
A 2-1 home win. I've actually weirdly gone a 2-0 home win.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because they could be without Saka and Odegaard. But I just wonder, like, if they're without Saka, does Sterling start in his spot? And does Sterling really want to score against Man City?
Yeah, really wanting to score and scoring are 2 different things.
True, I know that from experience. Because I didn't want to score on Monday night. That's why I scored a hat-trick.
Yeah, right. We'll gloss over that because no one on here cares about what you do.
No, I don't care about what I do.
On the football pitch against legends.
Against legends. Hold on, let me just figure
sorry,
out.
Against what you scored against over 110 years of experience. And that's only 2 players.
Yeah, that's true. But the first one just glanced your leg as it went in.
So it's my goal.
No, it's mine because it was going in anyway.
Oh no, I think that deflected it.
No,
it was way wide. I deflected
no, it was
in, so
dead in the middle.
Goal.
Nah. And then the second one I put through Gary's legs, so all that experience is worth nothing.
Yeah, we'll see tomorrow night.
Oh, it sounds like going on the opposite team this week.
No, maybe not. I thought it was quite successful last week.
Yeah, it was quite. I think I got you got 2 goals.
Yeah.
I think I got 4 or 5 assists. So
We thrashed the other team.
Yeah, we did. Should probably get back to fantasy.
We should. We probably should. What are we on now?
Leagues? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, in the SWP, the Classic League, is still Healy at the top.
Yeah, she's maintained it for 2 weeks now.
She said, by the skin of my teeth. She was meant to be... Oh, well, we had planned to get her on this week again, but work has come before us.
So basically, if she's listening, she's sacked. Not from her work, from the podcast.
From the podcast, without even being on it.
Yeah. 2 strikes, you're out.
Didn't we give Loggy... we gave him about 5 last season,
yeah, but
he's
special. You got to give him some leeway.
He's got to wait till Chelsea win.
Yeah.
That's the issue with him. With Healy, it's work.
Yeah.
With Loggy, it's if Chelsea don't win, or I guess the Bulldogs as well.
Yeah, that's not proper sport, so we won't talk about that.
And they get beaten last week.
That's right, yeah. That's probably why he won at football on Monday.
That would be it. He's very emotional.
I was just going to say temperamental.
He's very linked to his emotions when his teams lose. it's it. It's like world's ending.
Should probably support better teams
When
then.
when they win, even if it's a shitty win,
Yeah.
they've got to win everything.
Yeah. I have noticed that with him. Yeah.
Okay, so Healy's on top only by a point though.
Is it that close?
Yeah, it's that close. There's a point to Damien Roberts in second, and there's a point from Damien Roberts to the guy we just
Central
mentioned.
Centrifuge.
Central Centrifuge, Lockie.
Yeah.
And then I think 2 points back to Niggy, my Liverpool supporting nephew,
Your other team.
who last season was the worst of the nephews.
Yeah.
This season he's leading the way. He's keeping my spot warm.
Oh, you're just going to get to fourth and give up, are you?
No, I'm getting up in the top 5 and then gonna do damage. And then below him is wrinkled retainer, Gary. Where am I? I didn't move from 14th. I did briefly and then slipped back. If I didn't have Gabriel on the bench, I would have been in the top 10.
Yeah. Well, I just went plummeting downwards.
You did.
I think I'm in 19th.
You are 13 points behind me.
Oh, well, it hurts, but it's not the worst thing in the world, I suppose. It's a long season.
That's right.
I'll be stoic about it. There's still time.
You don't sound convincing there at all. Yeah, no, your team's pretty good. Like solid.
It's solid,
Just because a team doesn't perform on one week.
It doesn't mean you can't make the points up the next week.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't pick that wild card for 1 week. It's part of like a 4-week plan to get my transfers up and then move for Arsenal and yada yada. So
I make the big mistake of getting rid of Alexander Arnold. To be honest, I hope he does nothing this week.
Yeah, and then really hauls.
And then starts hauling after
Yeah.
that. And you will
It could be
shake your fist
Robertson
at the
that leaves.
sky.
Though. It could be Robertson that leaves. Depends if I need the extra funds or not.
You'll need him. You'll find some shiny new toy that you need.
Yeah, probably.
All right, that's... what about we don't need to look at the head-to-head.
I think we probably should just for posterity,
All
just
right,
so people know what happened.
Okay, the head-to-head league, there were 2 unbeaten players.
Yeah, both of them live in the same house.
The House Sally reigns supreme.
Yeah. I'm not the top, though, which annoys me.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's what you should have said. How many points did you win by?
I thrashed Lockie's better brother by a point. Because I had the 3rd worst score of the league, and he had the 2nd worst score of the league. 34 to 33.
That's excellent.
I didn't even know I'd won. I went down in I'm in quite a few leagues this season. I went down in every one except this one.
I've had bad weeks like those. Particularly last season, that weird week where it was just the lowest scoring week ever, I think.
Yeah, and you got through your
I got through
cup,
in the Luton Cup.
Yeah.
11 points to 10.
That's crazy.
11 points I won. But yeah, you can have those.
Yeah.
It's those
'cause,
weeks. I didn't even look at it. It was weeks later I found out it was still in it.
Yeah.
Because I thought I didn't bother.
You have a
looking at
bad week. It doesn't mean everyone else has had a good week.
No.
If there's a particularly bad week, everyone's had a bad week. So little margins.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm 2nd. That'll do for now.
Yeah. So you and Gary are still both undefeated.
Yeah.
Then Damien Roberts, he's 2nd in the other league and 3rd in this league.
I've got him this week.
Oh, you're playing him this
I
week?
think I do, yeah. Kind of need to win that.
Lockie, who's in the top 5 in both leagues as well.
What is happening?
Some
sort of...
No, it's anything can happen at the start of the season.
Yeah.
It's when people start chasing things.
Yeah, well, I've seen his wild card that he played, so... I think he's doubled up on Leicester players for the Everton game.
Oh. Right.
I don't even have one, so that says something.
Maybe he's mistaken that blue shirt for a Chelsea shirt.
He thinks there's more chance of them staying up.
Well, they have bought Leicester players before, so maybe...
And the manager.
Yeah, that's right. The bald fraud. Oh, no. Is he the bald fraud?
Yeah, he's the bald fraud.
He's one of them.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
Slot might be one.
Or is it, Slot said, when I lose, it's usually because the team's booking their spot in the Champions League. This team doesn't get in the top 10, I'm not happy.
Yeah. Then Johnny Milner is in 5th. That's the top 5. I think I moved up to 12th maybe in that league.
Yeah.
After a win over Arlo.
Oh, you beat a child.
Sorry.
You beat a child.
Oh, I spanked young boys this morning.
Oh, that one's come up again.
The Challenge League.
Yes.
How did you go on that one?
I topped it this week, I believe.
You did.
Wouldn't have been a huge score, but I randomly decided to bring in Onana, who saved a penalty. He got a clean sheet, 16 points.
Yeah.
I think 16, something like
Yeah,
that.
in that league, because clean sheet kind of double in that
Yeah.
one.
And, of course, Allison, Trent, Robertson managed to get shit all between them. And then Robinson... No, it wasn't Robinson. I had him. I moved him out. I put Gvardiol in. Then Surrey wasn't in the lineup and took him out and put Lewis in.
Who?
They got a point each anyway.
Yeah.
So
I think Mazraoui had most points for me because he had a clean sheet.
yeah.
I was third in our league this week. Healy was second. I think Healy is going to be top overall because now, I think after game week 5, we get our global rankings.
Yeah.
I think she's in the top 5%.
Because of that bloody
Worldwide.
Haaland week.
Yeah. That would be it. Blame Haaland. You can blame
Yeah.
Haaland again.
The robot, as everyone calls him.
Well, he just looks very good this season.
He does. 9 goals in 4 games.
That's quite good.
That's pretty good.
He can't keep that up though. But
What if he did?
Why
though?
can't he? Like really?
I mean, this is one of the best starts I can remember for City. They usually lose something in the first few games, but
Yeah.
they've just been smashing it.
Maybe they'll start well and then drift off towards the end.
When they get their 6,000 point deduction or whatever it is. Well, that's open this week, isn't it?
It started on Monday.
Season. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, they're talking 60 to 100 points deduction. Could be over seasons.
60, they'd probably still be all right.
Yeah, 60 they'll probably still stay up. 100, I'm pretty sure they're going down. Though if Southampton keep shipping goals, they might still stay up on 100.
What are your plans for this week?
Well, I'm not making any transfers because I've played a wild card.
So, I guess you don't really want to be,
No,
unless there's lots of injuries.
Well, it's just Joe Pedro, and we don't know how long he's injured for, and he might back this weekend.
Yeah.
So I got 3 free transfers. No one needs to come out. I'll probably leave the armband on Salah, even though it didn't work last week. But I just prefer.
You're just a glutton for punishment.
It's not that. I'm just like statistically.
Yeah,
there's more chance of Salah scoring against Bournemouth than Haaland scoring against Arsenal.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
And it just feels like the right choice.
It's the year of Haaland.
Yeah, well, we've had 2 of them already, so why not have a third one? Actually, last year he was a bit up and down. But...
Yeah, well, he was out with the foot injury that time, wasn't he, for about 4 or 5 weeks?
Yeah.
Something like that.
But, he'd be over his grief this week, so he won't score.
You think he has a slump this week?
Yeah.
Like Salah had a slump last week?
Yeah.
No, I think he scores.
Yeah, he'd probably get 1.
I have them winning 2-0, so it's probably 2.
2. Well, hopefully Salah gets 2 goals and an assist then. That'd put him up there.
Yeah, I'm not making any changes this week in my team either.
How many free transfers do we have?
I don't have any.
Don't have any?
No.
Okay.
I've got one. Well, I do. I've got one because you get one every
Yeah,
week.
you got the one for the week.
Yeah. I will want to obviously get rid of Johnson in defence, but that'll be Gvardiol. I'll wait and see on him, but if he's going to be in and out like that because of Champions League and stuff like that.
He was in and out at the beginning of last season.
Yeah, he was, but he played a lot of games in a row.
At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the start of this season, so I've gone, well, he's the man. But then, with Pep, well, as soon as you start to get comfortable with someone being the man in that position, it changes.
Yeah. Well, I had Lewis in my team on that wild card and then thought, he's just too much of a risk, really.
So future plans are, I would like Calvert-Lewin, because Everton's run is really good at the moment.
After Leicester.
No, including Leicester. If they can get Branthwaite back, that could shore up the defence. But even then, it doesn't really matter to Calvert-Lewin if they're letting in goals.
Yeah.
Although it probably does to the
morale.
The morale of the team.
Yeah.
But I do think that Calvert-Lewin is starting to look sharp.
Yeah, he does.
And he's 5'9".
It could be the new hairdo. Because Jimenez scored and he's got a new hairdo as well.
That's right. I think his hairdo might be protecting his skull bit as well.
He's got a weird sideways bit.
Yeah. Who am I also looking at? Nketiah. Mm-hmm. He had the most shots last weekend.
Yeah. Nketiah's a great player.
He
just never got enough time at Arsenal.
Scored this morning in the EFL Cup, Carabao Cup.
Do you remember that time last season when I brought Nketiah and he got 3 goals?
Did he?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. Yeah.
I can tell you other stories like that. Like one time I brought in Solanke and he scored 3 goals, and Haaland.
Wasn't for Spurs, that's for sure.
Not for Spurs, no.
Are you going to bring him in this week?
No.
When do you think he scores for Spurs?
I don't know. I was just looking at my notepad this morning and looking at my big calls for the season.
Yeah.
And they've almost all been wiped out already. Like, one concerning Solanke is Solanke will win the Golden Boot with Spurs.
Well, it's only
Yeah, but
4 games in.
Haaland's already got 9.
He could get injured.
He could, yeah.
And everyone else.
I was right. Southampton will be whipping boys. That fits.
Well, so far, yes.
Sort of, yeah. Carvalho will break through at Liverpool and keep Diaz on the bench.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, he went to Brentford.
Yeah.
Or I also like Brighton will get off to a bad start, then dominate, and they'll keep their manager.
They got off to a great start, and then that's only 2 games ago.
Yeah, I'm still keeping Eddie Howe will be sacked. I'll stick with that one
Because he doesn't know anything about eye injuries.
Yeah, pretty much just that. Not because they're third in the table somehow.
And winning again this week, according to you.
Yeah, that's true.
And me.
Podcast team.
Oh, the podcast team. I forgot about that completely. How did that go? I didn't even look at it. How did it do?
Not well. Like 40-something.
Oh, so better than you.
Better than me, yeah. But I of course, put you were working, so I did the team on Saturday. So I put the armband on Isaac.
Right.
Yeah, and put the vice captaincy on Saka. Not that mattered, but we did have Mateta.
Okay, that's good.
That worked.
Yep.
But we didn't have Haaland again.
No, and we don't. Well, not that it mattered, but we still don't have Salah.
Yeah, and we sold Nkunku for Minter.
Well,
Classic FBL. You sell someone and they score.
He's still only coming off the bench, so
Yeah, I think he could start ahead of Jackson this week. Just play no striker.
I like him and Jackson.
I don't know. I reckon play Joe Felix and instead of Nkunku instead of Jackson, and then Neto didn't look great, so Sancho, and play one holding midfielder and Joe Felix.
Too many players.
Way too many players.
Too many players.
When you can leave Cole Palmer out your Europe team,
Yeah.
then you got way too many players.
So there were no transfers made last week.
Yeah, Minter.
Oh, you did.
Because we'd.
That's right.
We came down to we had to get Nkunku out.
That's right. So we don't have a guest this week, so it's up to us again.
Yeah, we really need to get Haaland in.
How much is in the bank?
Not. This is like nearly 3 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably close to 3 mil, if not a little bit over.
So who would we have to downgrade? We could downgrade Palmer.
Could do. It's tricky because you can't make it. It's either going to have to be spend points and get Haaland, or to keep downgrading until we can get Haaland, or just play a wild card sometime.
We can do that. Not this week.
Not this week, when we're more prepared.
Yeah, I think we can probably get through this week without transfers, can we?
Could get rid of Mooney's for Vardy.
That was another saving of what, 0.4? Something like that. Isn't
Vardy went up this morning.
Oh, to 5.7.
Yeah.
Has Muniz got down yet? Or is he still 6?
Might still be 6. We could find a cheap striker and get rid of Mooney's, because I think Jimenez will start ahead of him now.
Yeah, he might do.
Because he scored.
And he scored both his penalties this morning.
Or Johnson. You could get rid of Brennan Johnson for maybe someone 5.5 or 5.
Dwight McNeil.
He's 5.5, isn't he? Not going to do it again, though, I see. 2 weeks in a row.
He's been good.
Tempting.
He has been good. And Everton have a great run.
And we're going to have to wildcard this team soon anyway,
yeah.
So should do that then.
I like the Dwight McNeil thing.
All right, we'll do that.
All right, then. We've just decided that there.
In real time.
Of course it won't backfire. Not a chance of it backfiring.
No, not against Leicester.
No, Dwight McNeil.
No win to Leicester.
I see Onana scored again this morning.
Don't let Gary hear me say this, but Onana's actually looking good. I told him not to put him in his team, but he did. So maybe he's finally found a place to be a good player.
I think so.
Though he did this when he first signed for Everton. He scored in the first few games, then disappeared for 2 seasons.
If he doesn't keep that up, Emery will just get rid of him.
Yeah, he's pretty ruthless, Emery, except with Watkins. He gave him a chance.
Oh, well, he can see that Watkins didn't have the same pre-season that all the other players did.
Yeah. Did you see Watkins screaming at Rodgers when he put that? He put a ball across straight in front of the goal and it was slightly in front of him. And I thought, come on, that wasn't a bad ball.
No, it was too far in front of him. It was a bad ball. It was too far in front of him.
Maybe he was too far behind.
The guy with the ball has to hit the ball to the other player, passing it to him.
Yeah, I think Watkins is full of himself.
That's only because you don't have him. You didn't get any of his 13 points this week.
Oh, well, he won't get 13 points this week, and Chris Wood will.
You don't think he gets 13 points this week?
No.
Less than 13 points or more than 13 points?
I'll let you figure that one out for yourself. I might just be talking shit for the sake of it.
Well, I think that might be it now. As soon as you start talking shit, we've got to end the podcast.
Why didn't you end it like 40 minutes ago?
As soon as you opened your mouth, the first sentence. I'm not like that. I give you a chance. A bit like Unai Emery with Watkins.
Did I improve?
Since when? Since your opening sentence? Oh no, I think it's gone downhill. You peaked sort of.
You should have substituted me early.
I don't have anyone to substitute.
Oh, well, there's the problem.
Guest didn't turn up.
Yeah.
Again.
Gonna have to look for someone else.
Gary's moving up the possibilities, isn't he?
Yeah. I think he'd come on if he's not playing snooker the night before or on the night.
Is he going to be your co-writer on the...
Oh, God, no.
Come on, he lives in a carry-on movie.
No.
His whole life's a carry-on movie.
No, this be completely my own design.
Right. So I was going to give you that co-writer just to help you along.
I don't need a co-writer. Maybe I do need a co-writer. Maybe you're subtly suggesting something.
No. Just for the carry-on stuff.
I might just observe him.
Haven't you been doing that for years?
I try not to.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
When he wanders through the house in shorty shorts, you don't want to be observed.
No, I don't need to see that.
Oh, I think that once we've talked about, as soon as we reach the point where we're talking about Gary and shorty shorts, that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah, I think that's probably why we've got no listeners.
All right. Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jake.